Welcome back. I have with me here Art Gilliard, the Artistic Director of Art Forms and Theater Concepts, and Sheri McClain-Brown, who will portray gospel music legend Mahalia Jackson, a gospel musical. Thanks for being here on Bounce Around Charleston. Art Gilliard and Sheri McClain-Brown. Now tell me something. Who was Mahalia Jackson?
Mahalia Jackson was probably one of the most famous African-American gospel singers of the earlier part of the century. As a matter of fact, we're celebrating her 101st birthday this year, and that's one of the reasons we brought it back. But she grew up in a little tiny shanty in New Orleans, Louisiana, and her mom died when she was real young, so she was raised by a lady called Aunt Duke.
Now, if I understand this correctly, she didn't always sing gospel.
Mahalia was raised in a strict Christian environment, let's put it like that. So like any teenager, she would play or sing pretty much anything that was popular at the time. But her basic training, when I say training, I mean Christian training, was about the Lord.
That's about the Lord.
And I think she just wedded to that. And Sheri might want to add some more to that, but she grew up a gospel singer.
So Sheri McClain-Brown, now tell me how you got into this role.
Art Gilliard. Pretty much just did a lot of training with it, a lot of studying on Mahalia. I've always adored her because she's a strong, she was a strong, confident, God-fearing woman, and I just love those characteristics about her.
So playing this role, you had to listen to her music over and over to get the feel?
I listened to her music not just to get the feel, but to really hear the passion that she had for Christ, and that it came out in her music.
So then you're going to put all of this on stage, because I read a letter today in my mailbox that says, "Backed by popular demand."
Isn't that something?
So that means that in that last performance, you did an outstanding, I saw it. And you did an outstanding performance.
Well, thank
so
you.
now you're backed by popular demand. So how did it feel to be on stage portraying such a person?
It was a challenge, but with the cast, it just made it that much more simpler. We had a great supporting cast. Donna Williams was playing Mildred, who was my piano player most of the years. So the cast was excellent. So because of that, it just made performing Mahalia that much more easier.
And Art, what caused you to choose this performance?
Well, leading up to the original production, we were thinking about a way of celebrating her 100th anniversary. And that's how the show came about originally. And then became the challenge of finding the right person, because when you're casting somebody like that, you really want someone that can project the image, but the most important quality was the tone of that voice. And Mahalia did have a unique quality in her voice. It's almost like a deep contralto at times. And you need somebody that is not led by note to note when they're singing, but somebody that's led by the spirit when they're singing, because Mahalia sang for a whole wide range of audiences. And so that helped me in making the selection. This young lady, Sheri McClain-Brown, is a singer who is touched by the Lord, and so she has a lot of the same characteristics that Mahalia had. So it was almost like God showed her straight to me. I didn't have to think much about it. I just had to find out if her schedule would permit it.
If someone said to you right now, sing a piece of a song from Mahalia, what would you say?
Go for it, girl.
Probably Deep River.
Could you sing a little piece?
You gonna sing it with me?
Oh.
Deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep river, I want to cross over into campground.
Wow. But now Piccolo Spoleto is really ready for this. And so what are some of your performance dates?
We open on May 29th. And I think you'll probably show the dates, but we run from May 29th through June 10th.
And tickets are?
And tickets are on sale now on piccolo.spoleto.com, or they can call the 1-800 number, or you can just call 724-7305, and that is the Office of Cultural Affairs, which is the main sponsor for the festival.
So all of your performances are local?
All of our performances will be at the Footlight Players Theater at 20 Queen Street. Go out and get your tickets now. Don't wait until the last minute. Get your tickets now.
Okay. Well, we thank Art Gilliard and Sheri McClain-Brown for being here on Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you.
To talk about the gospel play, Mahalia.
Thank you so much for having us.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we'll hear from the Gino Costello Quartet.